Good morning. Welcome to English News. I am Anil Thomas. Now for the stories in detail. First, news from the poll-bound state of Bihar. Well, today is the last day for filing nominations for the third phase of Bihar Assembly polls. Scrutiny of nominations will be done on the 21st, while the names can be withdrawn till the 23rd of this month. Nomination process is also underway for Valmiki Nagar Parliamentary Constituency by poll. Nominations can be filed both online and offline, keeping in mind the COVID-19 related precautions. 78 assembly seats spread across 15 districts will go to poll in the third phase on the 7th of November on around 33.5 thousand polling stations. According to new regulations laid out by the Election Commission, the candidates will have to make public any criminal cases registered against them. Over 200 candidates have filed nominations so far for the third phase of elections on the 7th of November. Well, as the election campaigning gains momentum, various rallies are scheduled in the poll-bound state of Bihar. Bharatiya Janata Party President J.P. Nadda, during a two-day visit to the state, will address public rallies today and tomorrow. Today, the BJP President will address election rallies in Buxar and Arha. The BJP President will also address the NDA meeting in the same place, where the district heads, MPs, district in charge, assembly constituency in charge, assembly conveners and candidates, besides other important leaders from the region, will participate in the meeting. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will today address public rallies in Ramgarh, Arwal and Karakat Assembly Constituency in the poll-bound state of Bihar. There are 243 assembly constituencies in Bihar, and the elections will take place in three phases on October 28th, November 3rd, November 7th, and the counting of votes will be done on November 10th. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar is also scheduled to address various election rallies in Gopalganj, Siwan, Raghunathpur in Siwan district, Jahanabad and Maushari. RJD leader Tejasvi Yadav will address various rallies in poll-bound state of Bihar to woo the voters. He is scheduled to address rallies in Bhojpur, Aurangabad, Gaya, Jahanabad and Paliganj. Well, for more inputs on what's happening on ground zero, as there is less than 1 week left for the first phase of campaigning to end, joining us is Yogesh Sheetala, correspondent tracking the elections for us in this particular phase. Yogesh, good morning. Looking at the way things stand, how do you see? Is it a very tight election this time around, or do you see, the parties being able to differentiate and parties being able to draw their, their vote base clearly?
Good morning, Anil. See, as far as this particular election is concerned, we know that number of factors are making direct impact in this election, and the most important factor is COVID-19. Okay. And what we have been witnessing, that not only election commission but also on district levels certain arrangements and many things have been done to ensure that COVID-19 protocols are being followed and there's no threat to anyone, especially the senior citizens, and that particular region, that other arrangements for senior citizens, basically senior citizens above 80 and also Divyangjan have been put on place. Now the other thing, taking the political rallies, you have rightly highlighted that number of rallies are being held at different locations, especially the clear strategies, particularly about Yogi Adityanath. So Yogi Adityanath is going to address around 18 rallies in Bihar, and the most constituencies basically which are along with the Bihar Uttar Pradesh border. So these are the areas that the party believes that Yogi Adityanath may may give a big impact to the voters, because Yogi is considered to be very popular in these areas. Apart from that, we know that Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, is also going to address 12 rallies, and on 23rd he'll be addressing Bhagalpur rally and also Rohtas and also Gaya and also one constituency. There are 3 constituencies where the PM will be addressing rallies. So apart from BJP, also from Congress, Rahul Gandhi is expected to address a rally, and also from other parties like RJD, Tejasvi Yadav is doing 3 or 4 rallies in a day on an average.
Okay.
So at this point in time, the election is also already, Anil.
Okay, Yogesh, considering the fact that this time around the center has now hiked, that expenditure package that was there by 10% for, the candidates, and Bihar is the first state where the candidate can spend more than, 28 lakhs was the designated package. Now they can spend a little over 30 lakhs when it comes to elections. How do you see the mood there on ground zero with the candidates? Has it come late, or do you feel, candidates still have time where they can use that money effectively?
See, one also important thing that you have also highlighted this particular thing. Apart from that, also Election Commission has given extended slot to candidates. So
True.
this will the situation under which the election is being held. These things which Election Commission is holding, the main objective is to ensure that candidates, despite all the protocols laid down in view of COVID-19. The increase in the amount and also increase in the slots that are generally being given to the candidates to ensure that they could reach out to the people, to the voters. So these things will definitely pay impact, definitely make some significant impact in the elections. And also we know that even from the very starting point, nominations process was also shifted to the online platform. So there are a number of things you have also rightly highlighted, one of the very key important points. So these things will definitely make impact, and these things are basically showing that how Election Commission is also trying hard and working overtime to ensure that the election is being held peacefully, and also the safety concern could be taken on a very serious note in this particular election, which is considered one of the biggest election in COVID-19 times.
Yeah, okay, a quick word on what Tejasvi Yadav has been promising when it looks at when he promises about 10 lakh jobs. How much of it is being taken by the people there on ground zero, considering the track record that RJD brings, and both the chief minister as well as a senior leader from the BJP, a union minister there in Bihar, giving an open challenge there to Tejasvi for a one-on-one, a face-off there when it comes to promises and promises being broken by the RJD.
See, Anil, there is no doubt that COVID-19 and especially lockdown has created a huge trouble for the youth, especially in terms of employment, and that is one of the reasons why Tejasvi Yadav RJD has been pushing forward that his party will provide 10 lakh jobs, and the papers would be signed in the first cabinet meeting. This is the basically assurance by the Tejasvi Yadav in all the rallies. Yesterday he was addressing a rally in Mokama. A couple of days back he was addressing a rally in Tarapur. So this is the basically the just taking the crux of his speech, taking the nutshell of his speech. Employment is the main thing that he is underlining, and he is trying to convince the youngsters basically, because the number of people we know that they have been reverse migrated in Bihar because they were already working in Delhi, Mumbai, Rajasthan, and also South Indian states. So because of COVID-19, certain factories, whether the productions have been impacted or the factories are not working properly as they were working previously. So definitely employment is one of the key regions, especially in Bihar. So Tejasvi Yadav is basically trying to convince the people that if his government will take charge of the state, then this issue will be taken very on priority. So this is basically one of the assurance. Coming to other parts, Tejasvi has been also underlining that he has already said couple of years back that whatever happened 15 years back, the people should just forget it and just take everything forward. So he's also trying to wash away everything that was allegedly done before 15 years. We know the situation of law and order, we know the situation of infrastructure. Bihar was considered one of the states which was basically promoted as a jungle raj. So now Tejasvi is trying to just wash away the things that were happened earlier, but then trying to give a new face, new face, and also new perception of the trying to create new perception about RJD that was not that was basically targeted because of law and order situation. So he is just trying to convince people that employment would be generated and all the basic problems would be sorted out if RJD and RJD alliance come into power in Bihar. Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Appreciate your joining us. It's a battle of perceptions. Yes, Tejasvi trying to do a turnaround, but will it be successful with the people? Will it be successful with the voters there who will decide the fate? We'll have to wait and watch for the 10th of November when the ballot boxes will be